Okay, so hello and welcome to this information session for the MSc in Diplomacy and International Security. My name is Regalia Pastor Castro and I'm the Program Director. I am joined by one of our student ambassadors, Caitlin Miller, who will talk about the student experience. And I'm also joined by my colleague, Maura Hard, from the faculty's recruitment team, who will speak about the application process and scholarships. So the plan for this session is as follows. I will provide an overview of the course and the program structure. I will discuss our classes, our engagement with diplomats. You will hear the student perspective. Then I'll discuss the careers support network we have here on the Diplomacy and International Security Masters. And then you'll learn about the application process and scholarships. And there will be time for Q&A at the end. So by the time we have this presentation, you will have a better idea of how this program can enhance your undergraduate degree and prepare you for a wide range of careers. So the relevance of diplomacy and international security in today's world is evident. And this program is open to all students in the humanities and social sciences. This is a distinct master's program built on 4 critical pillars that have driven its popularity and has also paved the way for student success. So let me break that down. First, academic expertise. Our Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences is home to leading experts who deliver cutting-edge and stimulating classes. Second is engagement with practitioners. This gives you an invaluable insight into the real world of diplomacy and security issues and is a very popular and key feature of this program. Third is the career support network I have created. From day one, we focus on boosting your employability and sharpening your transferable skills. In close partnership with our career service and supported by our alumni network, you join a family of diplomacy and international security that's committed to guiding you and supporting you every step of the way. Fourth, I created this program and I've personally sort of implemented some innovative measures to enhance the student experience. My objective is to ensure that your time with us is not only academically enriching, but also fun and fulfilling. So how do we prepare you for success? First, by giving you a range of interesting and stimulating classes, and by giving you the flexibility to select classes that are of interest to you. You are in control of your curriculum. So let me break that down. So the course is split into sort of over 3 semesters. Semester 1 from September to December will take you through your 3 taught classes. So that gives you 60 credits. Semester 2 is January to April. And then you take another 3 taught classes and another sort of 60 credits. And then semester 3, that's April to August. And you'll be focusing on your dissertation during that period. And your dissertation is worth 60 credits. You can also take this program part-time, and part-time options are available. And you complete the program over 2 years. So let me take you through the teaching structure, because this is how it's going to look. So semesters 1 and 2 are around 10 weeks long, and the classes are normally 2-hour seminars each week, and assessments usually involve some of the following, a combination of the following. Certainly for our core classes, we have something called ambassador reports, and basically you are assigned a country, and you will be writing short reports about that country's diplomacy and security issues every week. And this is a fun activity, and writing briefs is also a key transferable skills. Essays are normally around 3,000 to 4,000 words. You will also be doing some presentations, individual presentations, group presentations of about 10-15 minutes. Most of our classes will have continuous assessments. That means that there are no exams, but it depends on the classes that you take. So some classes do have exams. And everything we do really is making sure that we equip you with the key transferable skills, so you can show employers that you can deal with large amounts of information, you can carry out research and analysis, you can write short and long reports, and you can present your work in writing in person. So what will your classes look like? Our students come from a wide range of backgrounds and disciplines. Some students have studied history, politics, or law, But we also have students from a range of disciplines in the humanities and social sciences. Students come to us who've taken modern languages, English, some come from business studies or journalism. Students come from Strathclyde, Scottish universities, the rest of the UK, but we also have international students from the US, from Europe, Asia, Africa, China. So our core classes give everyone a core grounding in diplomacy and security issues. One of our core classes is diplomacy, where we look at the evolution of diplomacy, the role of embassies, foreign ministries, as well as international organizations. We also examine the role of women in diplomacy and what digital diplomacy means today. We also look at summitry and negotiations. The research skill class that you see here is there to prepare you for the dissertation. And in semester 1, you will be allocated a supervisor who will work with you throughout the process. In semester 2, the other core class is embassies in crisis. Now, embassies are integral to international diplomacy and are instrumental in intergovernmental dialogue, trading relationships, and cultural exchanges. But embassies can also be the targets of protests and sites of confrontations, and we often see these examples in the news. So this class provides a historical context to a number of crises in the Middle East, Asia, Europe, and this class also explores aspects of intelligence, security, negotiations, and crisis management. You will then have the opportunity to select 3 option classes. Here you can see some examples of the classes you can select. Now, some students enjoy the multidisciplinary aspect of this program and select one class from each subject area, one from history, politics, and law. Some students prefer to take all their classes from one discipline, so they might take all option classes from history, for example. But as I say, it's up to you. It's up to you to select. There's also a possibility to take a work placement option. And as I say, this is what students find attractive about the program. They can choose the classes that are of interest to them. And this program gives you a greater range of classes to choose from. So you have this flexibility to sort of shape your curriculum. The dissertation, as I mentioned earlier, is undertaken mostly in semester 3. However, you will have begun working on your topic and doing some research during semester 1, during the research skills class. You will also have had various meetings with your supervisor, and they will be supporting you throughout this process. Again, the dissertation is on a topic that is of interest to you. It might also have some bearing on your future career plans. And you will work mostly on your dissertation between April and June, when you will submit a first draft and you will get feedback on your first draft from your supervisor, and then you will work towards your final draft in August. And the dissertation is around 15,000 words. One of the unique aspects of this master's is our engagement with diplomats. We bring together academic expertise and practitioner experience. Students really enjoy engaging with practitioners and attending events. We have links with the Foreign Office, consular missions in Edinburgh, and embassies in Paris and Washington. Our practitioner masterclasses are extremely popular with our students. You can see here some of the people our students have been able to engage with. Lord Ricketts, for example, who was National Security Advisor to the Prime Minister. He was former ambassador to France. Other practitioners here from the European Commission, the world of intelligence, the world of diplomacy. In fact, the Foreign Office has awarded this program a Commonwealth Shared Scholarship in recognition of the program's contribution to the scholarship theme of strengthening global peace, security, and governance. Now, this is a prestigious and highly competitive scholarship, and I've had the pleasure of welcoming many Commonwealth students over the years. Now, I'm going to pass over to Caitlin now, who will tell you about her student experience.
Thank you, Regalia. So I'm just going to quickly speak about what my experience has been as a student. So I did my undergraduate at Strathclyde in History and French, and while I loved this experience, I wanted a master's course that would allow me to continue studying history, but also bring my skills into the present day and study something more contemporary. And I find that doing a master's in a different topic or field from your undergrad also shows employers that you're versatile. And like Regalia said, everyone from the course comes from a different academic background, whether that's law, politics, and I think someone even studied criminology. And I think that really speaks to how multidisciplinary the course is. So you have this opportunity to enhance the skills you already have, but you also get to learn new ones. And working with people from different academic backgrounds, again, signals to employers that you can interact with different approaches and you're sort of well equipped for the world of work, because unfortunately we do need to start thinking about that. And there's this great sense of community on the course. And I think this really enhances your experience as a student because before we even started class, we had an introduction or induction session where we started working as a group. And I think this built quite a strong foundation for the rest of the year. And while I did my undergrad at Strathclyde, those who didn't study at Strath, or even in Glasgow or Scotland for that matter, have found this sense of community to be a really important aspect of the course. And we all get on really well, and it just sort of builds this very positive environment. And we even get to go to the cinema with Regalia on a Friday night to see Gladiator 2. But this also means that classes themselves are really easy and comfortable because you're not sat there waiting for someone to speak in sort of really sort of awkward silence. And sometimes it is the opposite, and we do get told that we do need to leave and class has ended. And there's a lot of opportunities for collaboration. And I promise that the group projects are enjoyable this time round. And like Regalia said, the staff are really supportive and encouraging. The feedback you get is constructive and just genuinely very helpful. And there's also quite a few Kahoot quizzes along the way. Can I have the next slide, please, Regalia? So, in terms of practitioners, like Regalia said, we had Lee Turner, who was the former British ambassador to Austria. So, he came in to speak to us about his new book and gave us a lecture on how to survive a crisis. And we had a Q&A session. And then we went to the Union with him afterwards. So, it's quite fun to say you've had a pint with the former ambassador to Austria. And then we had Christian Holman, so she's the German Consul General over in Edinburgh, and we had a really interesting and interactive discussion with her, and again a Q&A session. And we've also attended lectures at the university and other places, sort of on a variety of topics from decarbonisation in Germany, the election of Donald Trump. So there's always something that you'll find interesting or something that you have a chance to learn more about. And we often get to meet up with the alumni, both informally and formally. And this sort of opens avenues and create links and that sort of dreaded word of networking, but I promise you it is useful. And if you haven't made a LinkedIn, I would encourage getting one sooner rather than later. And in terms of the career sessions, Regalia will ask us what we want and what we want to learn about. So we've had talks from sort of Cabinet Office, Foreign Office, and even if the government isn't something that you want to go into, it isn't your desired career, it's always useful hearing from someone with real world experience. And even if it's just simple as interview techniques and applying for jobs. And like we said, I'm currently doing a work placement as part of the course with the European Movement in Scotland. So my role is event planning and development. So that's helping to organise their Festival of Europe. And I've also been researching contacts, creating report summaries. So you get a chance to show off your skills and develop new ones, which helps you sort of at the end, sort of you need to go into the job. So I think the sort of practical experience that you get from the course and then the interactions with professionals and also the classes that you take really help to sort of hone your research, writing, reporting, and presentation skills. And genuinely, I couldn't recommend the course enough, and I encourage everyone to apply. And it's quite fun to see people's face when you tell them you studied diplomacy and international security.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you very much. Okay, I will continue then to sort of talk a little bit more about the program. And as I said, the transferable skills that are quite important here. So as you can see, a range of transferable skills. And in creating this program, I did consult sort of civil servants, diplomats, employers, a range of experts to devise a program that provides you with sort of this understanding with key diplomatic and security issues, as well as the relevant sort of transferable skills. And here you can see the range of transferable skills that then give you the opportunity to pursue a wide range of careers. So you've got obviously the research aspect, the writing, long, short reports, the critical thinking that is going to be important to you in any place of work, effective communication skills, because of course diplomacy is about communication and how you communicate your message to others, and presentation skills, which again are important from the interview sort of stage to your future career. group work, the ability to work with others, to prioritize, independent learning in the shape of the dissertation, showing your ability to prioritize and work to deadlines. So whether you are pursuing a career in the civil service, whether you want to go into NGOs, whether you want to work in international organizations, you may be thinking about local government, you might also be thinking about business. The key skills from this program are relevant. So diplomacy is about international relations and peace and security, but you will also learn about negotiations, communications, conflict resolution, treaties. And yes, we can learn about their application in the international arena, but these are also skills that you can apply in the world of work. You know, we're analyzing the decision-making process, cooperation, partnerships, representation. So I say these are the skills that our students have been able to use in a range of jobs. So when I designed this program, I really had you in mind. And I built this sort of integrate this career support network from the start. So with this program, you're not just earning a master's degree, you're really unlocking all these different opportunities. And what I will offer is this personalized attention. You will have the personalized attention from me throughout this program, and you'll be developing essential transferable skills that will set you apart. What we have is a dedicated network of sort of alumni that offer tailored presentations and networking opportunities designed specifically for you. So I have a network of over 100 sort of students and alumni who've done this program, who are on LinkedIn, who offer support to our students. They can tell you how this master's has helped them in their careers and the kind of skills that you will want to highlight if you want to pursue certain types of careers. So we host exclusive workshop events, career events, and we work very closely with the career service. So that means that you get this expert support every step of the way. So from CV and application reviews, one-to-one career guidance, psychometric testing, interview practice, as I say, every resource is in place to ensure that you are fully prepared for your professional journey. And here you can see some of the career destinations for students who have their masters in diplomacy and international security. You can see here the civil service, the Foreign Office, Cabinet Office, Home Office, for example, international organizations like the UN, European Union. Also, students have gone on to work for NGOs, local government, banking and insurance, business, PhD study, think tanks. As I say, a range of careers are open to you. So I say, this is not just a master's program, this is really opening up a range of careers to you. But don't just take it from me. You can read the testimonials from our students on the Meet Our Students page here, and you can see what they say about the program and how it has helped them sort of in their successful careers. To give you some examples of where our students are and what they say, I'm just going to, as I say, you can read the full testimonials on our Meet Our Students page, but this is just to give you an idea of career paths. Mari, for example, went on to work for a think tank, and the knowledge and skills from this course really helped us secure that avenue. Ross here has gone to work for the civil service and is doing quite well in the civil service. But again, he is looking at the aspects of this program that help him in his career path. Rachel went on to work for local authority. And again, the key skills, the research skills, presentation skills from that course uses all the time as part of her job. Ada, who went on to work for civil service, again, enjoyed the program, but was able to transfer their skills to what she's doing at the moment. And the support that she had during this program is highlighted in her testimonial. Some students do go on to become diplomats, and Pav Povilas is an example of this, who went on to work for his Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And on the other end, people who don't want to become diplomats, but they want to work in something that is of interest to them. Kevin here is sustainability coordinator at DFCONSERT, because of course sustainability and the environment are part of those security issues. So as I say, you can read their full testimonials on our Meet Our Students page, and you can see obviously more of these testimonials and what our students have to say about the program. Now I'll pass you over to my colleague Moira.